Hi guys, welcome to this session of this meeting. Um, Today is the 29th day. We have been on for the last 28 days, and we're ending tomorrow by God's grace. So happy new month! Welcome to November. Yeah, this is my month. Um, yeah, I was born this month some years back. All right, so if you have, my days on the 16th of November. Right, so if you want feel to wish me, send gift cards, whatever, right? 16th November is the day to do that, right? That's the only day that I agree to be celebrated, right? I don't really like, people coming to say, worship me, boss, this, that, all those things. I just prefer that, it's done on a particular day. That is on your birthday, right? So 16th November is the day. By God's grace, I'm clocking 1 year older. It's been God's grace and mercy. So that is the day. So now we have gotten that out of the way. Happy new month. Welcome to the month of mercy, right? Welcome to the month of mercy. Right. So yeah, let's take this off. Don't forget, it's November 16th. All right. So let's talk about our YouTube mentorship. Right now, we're going to be talking about something very crucial, and that is what we call journaling, right? How do you journal? Right, journaling. Right. This is very important aspect of trading. Many people don't do this. That is why they struggle, right? Journaling, right? Now, journaling is very, very important because journaling helps you to keep track of what you're doing, right? The major, let me just say the secret about trading. These are the things that have helped me to improve. One of the first things that helped me to improve is what journaling. Journaling will help to keep track of your progress, right? It helps to keep track of progress. This is one of the things that journaling does for you. It helps to keep track of your progress, right? Because now the way I trade now isn't the way I traded last year. There's maybe one or two improvements. Not really, I didn't change anything, right? For the past 1 or 2 years, I'm trading the same thing, but I've over the years, there's always some little different, like tweaking here and there, little added knowledge. So that's what I use. I keep a journal of all my trades, right? It helps me to track my progress. Okay, this is what I used to see before. This is how I used to enter before. I can go back to 2023. I can say, okay, this was how I was entering my trades. Right, this was how I was, taking my risk. This was how I was taking my profit. These are the things I was using then. So as my trades are journaled, I can go back as far as last year, to check the things that I did correctly. When I take a losing trade, I can just know for a certain thing, this is why I took a losing trade, right? So those things help you to keep track of your progress, right? That's why you should journal. It helps to keep track of your progress. Okay, this is what I should be doing. This is what I should not be doing. This is what works for me. This is the best time to trade because if you need to journal, you can keep track of certain things. What are the things you keep track of? Number one, keep track of what? The best times you win trades, like the best times, the best days. You know your best days. You know your best entry method. These things help you to know, and of course, the vice versa. You know your worst days. You know your worst the sessions that are worst for you, the worst entry you have used. The entries I have stopped using because I have noticed that those entries are always bad for me. I take a lot of losses on those trades. And you also know your best pairs. Like this is how I know my best pairs are what these are my best pairs based on my results. GPUSD. This one my best favorite, like based on profits. I tend to be more profitable with GPUSD. Now, how did I know that I'm more profitable with GPUSD? Because why I journal, right? I'm usually very profitable. Then I think seconded by Euro USD. Right? The pairs I'm usually very profitable. Right? GBP Euro USD. Right? That's why I really focus on that. So it helps you to know what to focus on because, of course, you have to focus on your strengths. Right, you're not going to be focusing on what you're not good at. If you're good at a certain pair, that means you to some extent understand the dynamics and the functionality of that particular pair. All right. So that is basically why we journal. It keeps track of your progress. You know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, the things that you should be doing more, and the things you should be doing less. All of those sort of things. All right. That is why you should journal. Right. You should keep journal. You have to keep track of all these things. Right. And then you know the news to not do. Like now, I know the news I can trade. Like some news that I can just close my eye and trade it. Right. There's some news I can trade. Like I will just close my eye. Just trading the news. I know some news that cannot burn me. So even if the news is approaching, I'll just take my trade. I don't mind because I know those kind of news are not really what problematic. Right. So these things help you to keep track of all your progress. So you can be able to streamline and adjust and edit and work on certain things that you need to be working on. Right. Another reason to journal is also it helps to us. It acts as what? Let's say it acts as a self manual. So it helps you to know what you should be doing. Like, what do I mean? For instance, now there are certain trades that you will take now, and those trades work out very well. Then in the future, you might have forgotten. Maybe you have adjusted. Maybe sometimes when you learn something new, you tend to forget what was working before, right? So this self manual that you have created in your journal, right? It helps to say, no, 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 this is what was working for me. Oh, I need to go back to what was working for me. It kind of keeps you in check. That was it is like a manual you read. Once in a while, you go back through your journal, and then you're able to know, okay, these are the things that used to work for me. You adjust back to those things, right? At times in which I have made adjustments on my strategy and still went back to the old one because of what? The journal. I knew that this one was more profitable for me. So it helps you to just, it's like like a book, a manual that you read, right? But it is made by you, right? So another thing that journal does, it helps you to keep track of your feelings, right? So you keep track of your emotions. Let's say keep track of your thought processes, because feelings are a part of thoughts. So thoughts and emotions. So now there are trades that you will take now. You forget why you took the trade in the future. But when you have a journal, you can say, okay, this was what I was looking at. You remember the things you were looking at. Okay, this is how I was feeling, right? So those things help you to keep track of your thoughts. Were you afraid? Were you scared? And the trades that I have taken, I'm like, oh, I was not really sure, but it ended up playing out. So those my thoughts help me to know how was I feeling when I took that trade, right? How did I feel? What were my thoughts? What were my emotions? Then was I scared? Was I confident? I have been in trades that were A plus, but it still took me out. Like I was kind of sure of this trade, but it did this. So you should be keeping track of what your thoughts and your emotions, right? So it can help you to make informed decisions in the later future, right? So you have to keep track of your thoughts. What were you thinking, right? What was your emotion like? Right? How was your state of mind when you do that trade? Because when it comes to trading, mind is everything. Your mind is your control system, your power system. Everything you do comes from your mind, right? That's basically why you should be journaling. Right? Journaling helps to keep track of your mind, right? You're recording everything that's going on in your head. As the truth is planning out, you have everything in your head. Your mind is, it's not messed up, right? Your mind is, following what you are doing, right? Now, I think I've talked about three most important things. Now, what are the things that you journal? Right now, what are the things that you should journal? What are the things that should be in your journal? Right? What should be in your journal? What should be in your journal? Right? These are the things that should be in your journal. The first thing that must be in your journal is what? The first thing must be what? Your detailed reason for entry and exits. So now, why did you enter a trade? This is what I'm talking about in your journal. Your detailed reason for your entry and exits, right? It could be in form of a chart. It could be, you have to do your markup, right? Of course, your markup has to be there. So it could be, okay, for instance, you're seeing an order block, right? This is why you're taking the trade. Right? This is your order block, right? And you're taking a trade from the order block, right? You simply do what? Take a snapshot of this order block, right? And as trade is coming back, you take as market hits there, you take a snapshot. That means the reason for taking this trade is what? This order block. And then maybe you take profit at this point, maybe 1:3 around there, maybe take profits here, maybe 1:2. You also journal it too. Okay, this is why I took my profit, because I was taking my profits based on risk reward, right? 1:2. You take a 1:2 there, 1:2.2, right? So this helps you to know, okay, this is why I took this trade. I took my trade because of my order block. There was an inducement here. You mark the inducement, right? This is an inducement. You mark it. This is your entry. That's your take profit. So you guys see why? Have you seen how this thing helps? You should have a detailed reason. Or if you want to put words, you can put. But sometimes I don't put words. I just put charts, because I understand my charts, right? So sometimes just put a chart. Okay, I took my trade because of this. You take a screenshot. And whether it earns a profit, if it's a profit, you write it down. If it's a loss, you write it down. You write, okay, this is after the trade. It was a profitable trade. It was a losing trade. You must write the result of your trade. So that is what you must put in, right? So now you have your oh my God. Oh my. So when you have gotten that, you must have your entry and exit. And then when you have your data reason for entry and exit, the next thing you must do, you must have what? Your results, your P&L results. Right? P&L results, profit and loss results. It must be there. Right? Did you take a loss? Did you take a win? So P&L results must be there. Right? Some people also put the figures. Okay, I made $10, I made $20, right? I made $50. Some people put those things there. Me, I don't personally, I do not put figures. I just put win, loss. That's what I put. I don't really like paying attention to figures because most times I am not trading the same account. So today I'm trading a bigger account, small, trading a smaller account. So I don't really like putting I made this amount, I lost this amount. And also, of course, those things can mess your head up. But when you're looking at profits, some people do it. I know there's some people that pay attention to profits and loss, and that is also good too if you're okay with that. But for me personally, I do not put P&L. I don't only put win loss, right? So that's what I do. It was a win. It was one loss. I made 3R. So that is it. So I made like I can put I made 3R. I made 4R. I made 2R. 2R. That's two risk reward, right? I made 2R. I made 4R. So you can put that in too, so you can know your risk reward based on your take profits. All right, that is basically what you should be doing. All right. So that's the second thing in your journal. The third thing, of course, I said this before, you must put was your emotions and thoughts during the trade. You must put it down. Your emotions. How did you feel during the trade? Emotions and thoughts. These two things must be there. So you can be able to, it's like a self-therapy session when you go through these things, right? It's for yourself, right? Knows that the journal is for yourself, right? Knows this. A journal is personal, right? Journal is personal. You're not supposed to be sharing it with people, right? Your journal is personal. You're not supposed to share with people, right? It's personal because there may be things that you may be saying that that's only for your own eyes. So journal is personal. It's not supposed to be sharing with everybody. Keep your journal personal to yourself, right? It's a personal stuff, right? Journal is personal, right? Then after you have gotten the emotions and your thoughts for the trade, right? The next thing you must always put in your journal. After putting your emotions and your thoughts, you are putting your, how you felt during the trade. You can also put what the time, the trade, the trade duration. Like I always put this thing, trade duration. How long did it take to hit your profits? All those things. If you wish to, you can put trade duration. You can put the session you traded. What session did you trade? Right. So those are all those time elements. Right. What's the day of the week? So it's up to you to put all these things down. Right. So you can put in other time elements, but I'll just leave it there. It's up to you to decide. Do you want to put the day you take the trade, right? What session did you take the trade? Was it London? Was it what time did you take it? How long did the trade take to pan out? So all those time elements, right? You can put it down if you wish to put it down, right? That's what you must put in your journal, right? You must put in your journal your duration, your session traded, the other time elements, those things. How long did it take from my profit to my entry? How quick was the trade? What time did you hit TP? Those things are very important, right? Very, very important. But I feel that the most important of all these things are number 1, 2, and 3. Your reason for your entry and exit, your P&L results, and then your emotions. I think those are the 3 most important things that are very necessary for your journal, right? The first 3, right? Duration, no, it's not really important because for me, I don't really care how long a trade pans out, right? I don't really care. If it takes 1 week, one day, sorry, 1 hour, 2 hours, I don't really mind. As long as it's winter and next day, a new day. So you can put in your session, right? So we'll always put those things in place. It's very, very important that you should have all these things in your trade journal, right? It's your trade journal. Now, what kinds of journal do we have? We have 2 kinds of journal. We have 2 kinds of journal, right? We have 2 kinds of journal. And what are the kinds of journal we have? Now we have 2 kinds of journal. 2 kinds of journal, right? The first one was manual, and the second one is what? Electronic. And all right, let me just leave it. So now, the manual journal is a journal that is handwritten, right? Let's say it's handwritten, right? It's handwritten, right? So this is a kind of journal, so it's handwritten or printed. So you can print it out in hard copy, right? This is a manual journal. So you can handwrite it, or you can print it, you can type it out on and then print it out. So that's the manual journal. It's done handwritten, right? It's handwritten or printed, right? It's handwritten or printed, right? So that is basically how the journal is, right? It's handwritten or printed. So either you write it down with your hand, this is what I'm expecting, this is what I was looking at, all of those front stuffs, or you print it out in a place where you can see them. And that is how you use your journal. And now the second one is the electronic journal. By this one, you use softwares. You can use journaling softwares, right? Softwares like what Trezilla, right? Of course, you still have to put in some things yourself. Trezilla, my trading journey, my MTJ, and others, right? These are all softwares you can use for your journal, right? We have other ones. Some prop firms, some brokers give a journal where they record your entry, your win rate, all those things, right? So it's also important too. I said I didn't put this part. You have to also journal your win rate over a given period, right? Your win rate, right? Over your win rate over a given period, right? So how many trades you win out of 10 trades? How many do you lose out of 5 trades? Like all those kind of results, how would I put it? Those kind of results related stuff, right? And your win rate, is it 20%, 30%, 40%? What kind of win rate do you have? Out of 10 trades, how many do you win? How many do you lose? All those things are there, right? Now more on this electronic, you can also use you can use I think I should add the third one. The third one is like combination, right? It's a combination. So like me, I use both electronic and manual, right? I kind of have a Telegram private group. Like me, this is what I use. I have a Telegram private group where I put my trade entry, exit, all those things. So it's kind of both. I'm using a software. I'm also using it manually. I'm typing it out. But this is what I was looking at. So mine was kind of combination of both. I'm not really using handwriting. I'm not using software alone. I'm kind of combining them. Like I do write my journal myself. I take my screenshot myself. And the software is not doing everything for me. I'm doing my own part, just as the software is doing its own part, right? That is basically what we do with trade journals, right? It helps us to keep track, right? It's very, very important as you journal, whether you're a newbie, an old bee, whatever you are, a BBB. Those who are to journal your trades, journal your trades, very important. You should journal your trades. And after you journal, you should go through your journal every week or every month. So you should go through your journal either at the end of the week or at the end of the month, right? Depends on how your schedule is, right? Depends on how frequently you trade and how busy your schedule is, right? If you're always very busy, then maybe monthly. But if you're less busy, after every week, Saturday, Sunday, just go through your journal, right? Go through everything you did for the week. It helps you to understand what you're doing and what you should improve, right? This journaling is hard work, right? Journaling is hard work, but it's essential. Let me not sleep there. It's not easy to always do this kind of thing. It's hard. Journaling is hard, but it's needed, right? Do you prefer to do something hard? Do you prefer to do something hard and reap the reward, or you settle for something easy and then you suffer, right? The option is in your hand. Do you prefer to do something difficult and then you reap the reward, right? Or you prefer to do something easy and then you keep suffering, right? For me, I prefer to do what is hard and reap the reward, right? It's up to you. Do you want to journal? Do you don't want to journal? What do you think that you should be doing, right? Do you want to give it your all? Do you want to keep giving half-baked efforts, right? It's up to you, fam. It's up to you. If I were you, I would take my trade journal very seriously. And of course, you can come to YouTube and watch templates and get templates from other people, how to journal, all of those things, right? It's very important that you journal. Very, very important that you journal. It's very important that you journal. Please do how to journal, do how to journal, do how to journal. It's very, very important that you journal, right? So have a wonderful day. Tomorrow, the last session of this boot camp we have been on for the last this is 29th day now. Tomorrow is the last day, which is the 30th day. And I wish you all favor, right? I wish you all favor. I wish you all favor. I wish you all blessings. I wish you all good luck. And I wish you all profits. Have a profitable month. Happy new month from me. Cheers and God bless you.